Welcome to Horizons of Thought. I am Donald Derrick, and today, in the midst of the great toilet paper apocalypse of 2020, I have a solemn and sacred task. I am going to teach you how to use the 3 seashells. No, I don't mean literally. The writers of Demolition Man wisely don't explain how to use the system.
But the place where you're supposed to have the toilet paper, you got this little shelf with 3 seashells on it.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
It's a lot funnier if you don't know. But anybody who's grown up in a small western town, first time they see an Indonesian squattie or a Turkish toilet is gonna feel like Sylvester Stallone's John Spartan. Where's the seat? Where's the toilet paper? Where's the flush mechanism? How in the name of all that's holy do you use this thing? Meanwhile, anybody who grew up with toilets like this and is listening to you complain is laughing at you. Not with you, at you. They have been especially amused during this toilet paper apocalypse, watching people hoard bales of this stuff. And let's face it, we all think this is a little bit silly. What? Are they using this toilet paper like Tyvek hazmat suits? But to the people who know how to use this version of the 3 seashells, their reaction is more like that of Narayan Singh. What honor is left to us when we have to take orders from a handful of traders who have not yet learned to wash their bottoms? And yes, that quote really is 245 years old. So let me help you out with a few hints with this system. First, pants down and squat. Second, that hose in that bucket, you use them to fill up your hand or a small seashell-sized container and use that to wash your behind. That hose and bucket, you also use them to fill up the toilet when you're done. That thing's gravity fed. When you fill it up, it all goes down. You then wash your hands afterwards. Once you figure out how to do that without splashing water, or worse, everywhere, including all of your clothing, you will feel much cleaner than you ever have with toilet paper. But if you grew up with squatties, the toilet throne is just as baffling. And now it is our turn to laugh. First, you gotta lift the lid. And we've seen footprints on the toilet seat. We know you didn't want to sit on the seat. We know you are thinking, what? You sit your naked behind on a seat that other people sat on? That's disgusting. And exactly how these strange foreigners wash themselves afterwards since there's no hose. Do they really use paper to approximate cleaning their behinds?
They used handfuls of wadded paper back in the 20s.
That doesn't work. And just where do you put that disgusting mess? Look, we get it, but some Westerners have figured out the whole water thing. Here's a bidet. Yeah, I didn't know how to use it before I started this video either. Okay, but won't the seat still get soaked? As confusing as all of this is, we've come a long way from doing our business in a river or a hole in the ground. And unlike the Romans, we all get to do our business in private. We don't have to tolerate outdoor toilets like this anymore. Ugh, these things were so awful in the winter that most people just urinated in a fancy ceramic container or a fancy bucket. We don't even have to put up with the castle-style systems anymore, where we just let the waste fly to stink up the outside walls. Yet compared to this Japanese creation for the elderly, every one of these other 3 seashell systems are insanely primitive. Look, I get it. If you've never seen one of these Japanese toilets before, your first reaction might be to be utterly afraid of them, like the folks from Futurama.
So long, overly complicated Japanese toilet.
Please, not to throw away. I give you a happy poopy time.
Sorry, you know too much.
I was nervous the first time I saw them on my trip to Japan, and I didn't touch the buttons much. But on my second trip, I hit the buttons and my reaction was more like that of Homer.
Welcome I am honored to accept your waste.
They're years ahead of us.
And then I started to really getting a handle of the buttons. They spray water to wash your nethers. Hint, if you're a guy, don't hit the button for the ladies unless you want a real surprise. After fixing that mistake, I learned to fine-tune the system, getting the angle just right until finally...
Right up Main Street.
So be patient with yourself when traveling. You will figure out what the filthy barbarians in this strange land are doing, and think better of them once you do. But if all that still confuses you, and you are left thinking that this foreign land you have visited is beyond confusing, remember, you can always get creative like John Spartan.
Thanks a lot, you.
For repeated violations of the verbal morality statute.
So much for the seashells.
If you enjoyed this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell. If you wish to support this channel, please go to the donor box link below. What the heck is with these weird toilet etiquette signs? Come on, the brush isn't strange to anybody. We've seen them everywhere. And this one, oh, that's just wrong. Don't do that. Don't do that at all.